Welcome to our Proactive Studios. I'm Natalie Stoberman, joined by the CEO at RocketFuel Payment Solutions, Peter Jensen. And as always, Peter, so great to see you.
Great to see you, and thanks for having me again.
My pleasure. Now, the crypto world lately, it's been pretty rocky, particularly in the US, and we've even seen Bitcoin drop below 25K in the last 24 hours. So people are probably, and investors are probably a little apprehensive about crypto, but I think we need to go back to basics when it comes to the differences between cryptocurrencies, exchanges, and blockchain technology. How do you best clarify and explain those differences and where people invest their money into those three areas?
Yeah, I think it's a good point. Most of the focus has been on the exchanges, but we have to remember that the exchanges is just one use case, one business area built on top of blockchain technology. Blockchain technology can be viewed just like the internet, on which you build many different types of applications: supply chain systems, financial systems, CRM, HR systems. And it's the same thing with blockchain. And one of the first one was the exchanges, and that was built on top of that. That's not what we do. We are more the infrastructure, the Visa, as we've talked about for crypto. And so we're building other use cases like pay in and pay out, basically all sorts of ways to automate how people move money between companies and people. And so as an investor, I would look at all these different use cases and say, where is the biggest pain points that can be solved with this new technology? And there are many. We're just doing a few of them. Some of our colleagues like Coinbase and Binance are doing some others, and we have other colleagues doing third ones. There's so many use cases, but I've always said it's always been good to invest in infrastructure in general, whether it's the railroads 100 years ago or internet 30 years ago or crypto today.
Yes, crypto today. And you're so right. Crypto exchanges are getting a bit of a bad rep, and people who invest in them, there are a lot of people that don't understand that you should not hold your assets on crypto exchanges. They're not wallets that are completely safe and secure. And like the SEC tried to freeze the assets on Binance US, where you wouldn't even be able to withdraw your assets from the account if that actually went through. But you made a really good point about blockchain technology. It really isn't going anywhere. What other real world uses where this technology is becoming integral for building a future?
Yeah, it's we see our transaction volume and thereby revenue grow quarter over quarter over quarter for two reasons. A, we get more and more customers, just like any other young company. We grow our sales and marketing efforts, and so we're selling more and more in the pay-in space. More and more people own crypto. More and more people want to spend that crypto when they buy goods and services online. And then we've added these two new products, both payout and B2B cross-border, and we are, of course, starting to see revenue on that. So that's where we see the transactional growth right now.
Right. And with RocketFuel focusing on more of a payment solutions aspect, you kind of have a front row seat to what's happening in the US and the way that the SEC is cracking down primarily on crypto exchanges. Now, how do you feel that the US is going to be feeling the pressure in the coming years when it comes to maybe being halted or paused with progressing forward into this industry compared to like Europe, South America, the Middle East, and even Africa?
Well, first of all, let's again go back to what it is that the SEC is looking at. They're only looking at one of the use cases, exchanges. That's what they're focusing on, and they have their reasons for that. It's political. I don't really want to go into it. I don't really agree. I've mentioned before, I think it's a pity that that the country that is usually always ahead from a technology perspective is falling behind on that specific use case. But in the use cases that we are operating in, pay in, pay out, that part is growing, and they're not going after companies like us and our colleagues in that industry. So in those areas, the progress is moving forward in the transaction. So let's just keep it clear here. It's only the exchanges, or primarily the exchanges, that the US government is after. Not all the other they're not against blockchain technology as far as I can see, because they are promoting it outside the exchanges.
Right. Well, Peter, always great to get your take on what's happening in the crypto industry. Thanks for your time.
Hey, thank you. My pleasure.
Again, the CEO at Rocket Fuel Payment Solutions, Peter Jensen.